Adam, I'll add in here locally in Southwest Virginia. We had a previous congressman named Rick Boucher, who agriculture was very important to him. There wasn't a farmer even if they were a hardcore Republican, they knew if they had a problem on their farm, they could call Congressman Rick Boucher and he would help you. And your second call might be to Virginia Tech if it was production, like with Extension Service, which is out of Virginia Tech for people that really don't know, agriculture too much. And Boucher had so many incentives, programs, and projects throughout Southwest Virginia. The hairless sheep, the meat sheep project and stuff with Food City, and then he was such a friend to dairy when we had dairy until the buyout. And then of course I'm going to talk a little bit about tobacco. Congressman Boucher, he fought to the very end to keep our quotas, to keep that production. And I'm going to let this might be new to David, but y'all have heard me speak talking about that was a crop that you could make $2,000 per acre profit now, not gross. If you were a good farmer and you had a good year and stuff. And I can't tell you, that was the backbone of so many of these rural counties was that tobacco money, and it wasn't so much in Wise County because, we don't have a lot of farming, never had a lot of farming in Wise County, but you take Lee County, Russell County, Washington County, go on up Tazewell, you keep going, Burley tobacco was what paid the bills and made so many farmers middle class. David, hey, quick question. Did your family do any tobacco back in the day? Do you remember if your papa on?
I can't say we did, but one thing I
Okay.
can say is God bless tobacco. Lord, do I love
Yeah.
it. God bless it.
And, and with the tobacco buyout, and even the Appalachia Regional Commission and their studies talking about how they knew when the tobacco buyout went through, it was going to be devastating for Southwest Virginia. And we've still not replaced that economic, we lost the economic engine of the dairy industry in Southwest Virginia, and then we've lost the economic engine of tobacco. And, and what's left is beef. And right now, if you go in the grocery store, Heather, this, David, sky high prices. If my grandfather was alive today, he would think we were getting rich off beef cattle. But the problem is the cost of everything else. We're drowning. Fertilizer, Heather's already talked about, but you get everything into baler twine. It's double or triple what it was just a few years ago. You get into fencing T-posts, and David, if you worked on the farm, you did fencing. All that stuff has tripled or quadrupled in price.
It's
Stuff that
ridiculous.
we used to pay $1.99 for a 6-foot T-post, and some of them are $4 or $5 a piece now.
Yeah.
So
With the beef prices, I know it's absolutely outrageous. Me personally, when I was a sophomore at Virginia Tech, my first semester of sophomore year, Virginia Tech gave me about $10,000 in aid to pay my rent and eat my food. And with that, I got about a semester worth of ribeyes. Never been more lean in my entire life. Now, I tried it again this semester, but the prices of a pound of burger, let alone a ribeye, has just gone through the roof. It's terrible.
and a little bit of that, and the problem is farmers are getting a historically low part of that dollar out of the grocery store. And right now, there's about 3 major corporations that control the beef processing in America and stuff. We've let them consolidate down to where they control the market and everything. And same way, like when I was talking about the dairy and stuff, it's the same thing that's happened in dairy, a decade or two ago is happening to the beef industry as we speak today.
Okay, I was gonna say that was gonna be a question that I was about to ask about, how is beef able to survive on like a smaller scale farm operation today when tobacco and dairy can't? And that was it just because regulatorily the industries got wiped out due to some big shifts? Or is it, consolidation was coming one way or the other, these shifts just accelerated that and it just quite hasn't fully hit beef yet, but it's coming. It's
It's
happening.
coming. It's
It's
coming. It's
active.
happening as we
Yeah,
speak.
it's active. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The big thing is, people don't want farmland turned over into solar farms, or they don't want farmlands.
Or a
Let
data
me tell you,
center, right?
but there
A
is
lot of
only
people about a
one.
data center.
Yep, there's only one way to prevent this: is make these farms more profitable. Okay, if they're profitable, farmers won't sell out.